So, how about that Jacknife fellow, huh, everyone? Remember him? Remember when we mentioned him at the end of the last episode? That sure was fun. I wonder if that'll pay off this episode. Huh? Huh, that sure is weird. Also, you see that jumping there? That was me trying to grab the pole. And the game saying, no, no, no. You don't get to grab the pole. You have to be at the perfect angle. That's really the biggest issue when it comes to the mechanics of this game, is sometimes things won't interact the way that you think that they should interact, just because you're like off by a degree or two. It's annoying. It's not a death sentence or anything, but like, sometimes you want to grab a ledge, let's say, and you try to grab the ledge, and the game is like, no, you're off by 2 degrees, you don't get to grab the ledge, and then you die. That's how a lot of the deaths in this game happen, and it's unfortunate. There's a runner's bag around here. I think it's in here. Yeah, let's get it. It's not out of our way. Also, you kind of have to zigzag a little bit in this area because there is a sniper who is wanting to shoot you. Also, a helicopter, I believe, is going around shooting you. It's not really a big concern, but it's a minor concern. Oh, the sniper got close, but not close enough. And we're safe, kinda. There are also a couple of sections of the game where they just stop your progress to make you turn a valve. Why? I don't know. I assume it's a loading thing, where that's like a secret loading screen kind of thing. I don't know that for a fact. That's just a suspicion of mine. Because that was a pretty big area that we just traversed through. We didn't see a lot of it because we were, you know, running at full speed trying not to die. But it was a pretty big area, and now they have to load a different area, which is also a pretty big area. And we're gonna go down into the sewers. Kinda. I mean, they're not like really sewers, I guess, but they're kind of sewery. Still getting shot. Basically, the gimmick of this whole level is that you have to go down, and then you have to go through, and then you have to come all the way back up. Through the same type of platforming like this is, except you're going up instead. Luckily, for some reason on the other side, there are like ladders and stuff which do not exist on this side. It's almost like they plan on it. Also, there's another angle thing. If the game was more forgiving, she would have grabbed that. But the game is not more forgiving. It is instead evil. See, I was not much farther off that time. But alas, I died. That was the first... Was that the first death that was my fault? Like, the game glitched out that one time, but... if I died otherwise, I think I've been doing pretty well. I'm not cutting out deaths either, because I think that's dumb. It's dishonest. Like, for this type of game. Like, it doesn't take long, usually. The checkpoints are pretty forgiving. So when you die, it's not a big concern. So this is going to be just the unabridged... Unabridged? Is that the word I want? I think so. Gameplay. This part is also a little bit poorly designed in that... So we're about to go open up a different gate. And it's not going to want to open up because the other gate is still functioning, and it, for whatever reason, does not work when the other gate is still, you know, doing its thing. The speedrun strat for this part of the game is actually to exit out here and then reload because it is faster than waiting, which is just unbelievable, but such as it is. We're not really in any rush now. Yeah, so that gate has to close before this gate can open. I do not know why. This part is pretty cool. There will be sniper rifles, well, snipers, but, you know, the rifles, the two, getting ready to shoot us in just a little bit when we get higher up on this thing. We've got to platform our way all the way to the top and try to escape. And it's really, really cool, and I like it a lot. Also, with these beams, they really slow it down, so I try to jump onto them and try to, you know, get a third of the way or halfway down them. If you, again, if you were to bind the mouse wheel to the jump button, you can actually jump the entirety of the beam. If you land on the beam, the frame 1 of your landing, you can jump again. It's insanely hard to do with a controller because you can't push the button that fast, but very easy with the mouse wheel. And if I played games with a mouse and keyboard, I would probably do that. I, however, am a scrub who does not do that. Okay, I forgot the timing for these guys. Basically, when the weapon turns red, you have to hit the button. It's not always accurate. It's not always what you want. Sometimes you'll press it when you think it should work, and it just refuses to work. Which is a lot of this game, really. Now we're up here. We gotta make it to the end. This is another part I couldn't quite figure out. Like, I played this game when it came out. I actually got it as a Christmas gift, I believe. So just a couple of months after release, I want to say. And we missed the platform there, but that's okay. This game actually is going to put us right where we want to be. So I got over here as a younger person. Not as a kid, but as a younger person. And I traversed to the right first, and then to the left, and I couldn't find that button to press. Also, I forgot there was a hint button, which didn't help. I don't think it matters which side you jump onto there. I think it's a symmetrical place, but I could be wrong. I don't really remember. I usually just go to the left. Make your political jokes if you want. There's another... It likes those, like, sliding down scenes. I think it looks really cool, though. Oh, we almost fell there because we clipped the wrong thing, but we didn't. We survived. Now we gotta wait for this thing, crawl under it, and now we're gonna climb back up. Get over there. There are a lot more pipes and ladders, and it's a lot easier. There are strategies to speed this up a little bit. I don't know them off the top of my head, and I am not good enough to execute them anyway. Also, sometimes you just do that. You want to propel yourself from the pipe by looking to your side, and she'll kind of like push off. And sometimes she'll just fall and say, I don't want to push off. It's things like that. It's just like those little lack of details, that lack of polish, that lack of preciseness, that it makes it frustrating to play sometimes, especially if you're like not really into the game. So I understand why a lot of people weren't, and why the reviews were, I believe, mixed is the best way to describe them. Don't know why we need to turn this water off. I don't know why they programmed that really difficult puzzle into the game. But here it is. Don't even need that. We can just jump right over it. That's cool. And I didn't jump there. I thought I did. Sometimes, the one problem, like, with this concept is you're not always sure where your feet are. So sometimes in trying to jump at the last possible second, you don't jump at the last possible second, you jump after the last possible second, and you fall to your death. That happens on occasion too. But I think for the most part, it's not as bad as people think. I think a lot of the times people die in this game, it's user error. It's people just not being comfortable with the concept. It's not being good. I kind of want to say get good, but, you know, maybe get good. We don't need to roll there, but I think it's cool. Then as soon as we get up here, the music gets a little more intense. And there are dudes. There are dudes, and they want to kill us. Is this where I want to go? I actually don't remember. It is not. It is not. So we're trying to get over to the left there. Over this. I don't even know if this is the intended route, but it's the route I always take. And we're basically safe now. They're not going to follow us in here because there is a fence, and they cannot jump the fence. Elevators in this game act as loading screens as well. which is unfortunate because they take so long. A lot of the speedrun strategies in this game also include closing out during the elevator scenes, because you'll typically it's faster to load the game fully somehow than just sit through the loading screen. I guess the elevators are actually unnecessarily long, is I guess the takeaway from that. And now we're going to chase this dude. Why? We don't know yet, but we're going to do it. It's possible to get ahead of him, but he'll just teleport, so there's no real point to it. And he'll also wait for you if you're too slow. Why? Because this is a video game, I guess, is the main reason. I tried to do a wall run spin jump there. Didn't work. That's my bad, probably. Or it's the game's fault. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I like these sections a lot. They're fun. They're maybe a little too linear, because you're basically just following the dude, but it's a skill thing, in that you have to actually, you know, be able to do the thing that's required. I like how he says I'm losing him, but he's like a step away from me. I don't know if that's scripted, but I assume it's scripted. It's not like you're actually losing him, because you can't. He waits for you. And we're about to catch him, and oh no, the elevator's closed. So we'll have to take our own elevator. I do like all of these advertisements. They're fun things to look at while you sit and wait. Look at those donuts. They're sugar-free donuts. Actually, that sounds terrible. Did you guys see that graphic? I think it was on Twitter, where it said how many donuts are equivalent to like your daily soda or your daily other sugary thing. And it was like 6 donuts to a soda. And the takeaway from that was not that you shouldn't drink soda, it was that you can actually eat a lot of donuts. Oh, I didn't jump there. I didn't jump there. I thought I did, but I did not. Luckily, we're put back pretty close here. Yeah, that was a neat little graphic that was shared on the Twitter. Made me think I should eat more donuts, really. I'll cut out the Coca-Cola if I'm allowed to eat a box of donuts each day. I'll tell you that. Now we'll do it the intended route, which is a wall jump. Get caught on the scenery there, that's always fun. There's also some of that in this game where you just get caught on random things that don't look like they should be get caughtable, but they are. I didn't jump there. That was my bad. Luckily, we're very, very close, and we're in a different path. There are actually a couple of paths to get over here. And we'll jump there. We got caught on the pipe, which is really fun. That's okay, because we get to show off our cool skill there. And now we're back up here anyway, so it's all okay. Now we'll even get a cutscene. He was down for a while, for someone who's not that hurt.
I know what you're here for, Faithy.
Just tell
I
me.
don't like how he calls us Faithy. It sounds arrogant, I think.
You heard wrong.
You a fan of
Just kind of
wrestling?
dumb.
Pope was a wrestling fan. He even employed an ex-wrestler to handle
Ex-wrestler to handle security.
Travis Burfield.
What's his name?
The name of
Ropeburn.
Going somewhere?
Ropeburn.
Ropeburn is a gigantic man, by the way. We're gonna see him in an episode or two.
Always want to swim in the big pond.
He's a large dude. This is Jacknife, by the way, I believe.
Start with that
Unless I'm misremembering. I'm pretty sure this is Jacknife, who we wanted to look for.
Faithy.
And now he's given us information. Something about a professional wrestler, because we all know how professional wrestling works, which is true and real and not at all fake or fixed.
No matter what case.
Wrestling is great. Who's this guy?
He's heading
He seems very evil. I actually really like the cutscenes in this game. I like the animated thing. I'd like them to make a movie with this kind of style. It kind of looks
Miller?
a little Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse-y.
Kate's sister.
Not quite. Not quite that stylized, not quite that detailed,
You're not the mentioning kind.
but similar.
She told me to find you.
And I think it looks really good. And I'd like to see a movie with this style. This is the police captain, I believe.
Well now,
He's
it's difficult
maybe gonna be on our side, maybe not.
I know what you are.
You know it was a setup, right?
I know Kate wouldn't be capable.
Ah, he's on Kate's side.
But my captain's asking some difficult questions, and I can't even get into.
Oh, wow, he's being held down by bureaucracy.
Called Icarus.
Why?
It's mentioned on this.
Wow, this dude
It
is
was in Pope's hand
very not trustworthy.
from his diary.
You took evidence.
We don't get to keep guns.
Kate's the only family I have.
Even when we try to keep guns, like if you take a gun off somebody
For this.
and try to keep it for very long, you'll eventually encounter a part of the game where you will be stopped from keeping the gun.
And I can't stop them.
It's unfortunate, but
You better
it is what it is. You only get a certain amount of bullets anyway, which is very, very good. Well, looks like we gotta find Ropeburn next time.